r/rules horror. Posted by u/caroincarno. Rules for Old Town Train Tunnel. Hello, dearest Jason. Hello, merry belated Christmas, dearest cousin. Sorry I missed the family get-together on the 25th. Some idiot had to contact me on the day of, to ask about a mild case, and I had to answer and then answer to nonsensical comments on the ritual by twits too dumb to understand. Below it frown, company policy I guess. Anyhow, I hope you, Michael, Loris, Devia and Tyson got the presents I mailed you? I hope the little ones like the gifts. Anyway, you emailed about a construction project you were planning to do on the other side of the Old Town Train Tunnel? May I ask you why, Jason? You're a smart man, so why? Why not anywhere else? You do know that the train tunnel is quite long, dark and narrow, and that it has many deaths under its belt? Such places shouldn't be renovated, much less visited. And you insist you walk there at night or the early morning hours? What is wrong with you, Jason? I got the WhatsApp message you sent yesterday saying you are spending a ton of money on this project and can't back out now, but even so reconsider, Jason. I asked, Master, on what should be done, and he gave me a list of rules to text you. Even so, Jason, please reconsider this. No amount of money is worth lives. I am telling you this because I've seen what goes on in that train tunnel, Jason, the sacrificial rituals we do, with children especially. We take them. They're Jason. And I've seen what happens there, what people want these yakshas or forms or whatever to do for them. It's not natural, Jason, or humane. None of it is, so please reconsider, Jason. Rules for the Old Town Train Tunnel. Jason, every single step here is important. Read every letter of every sentence read, then reread and then read again. Master detailed everything very clearly for you, just as I've asked him to, so please follow them, please. Enter the tunnel at 3 a.m., not a second before or after. Jason, if you entering the tunnel after the hours of light, as you said you would, Master says this rule is important, though the activity is higher at 3 a.m., you are allowed to enter and the things there can't physically hurt you unless you don't follow the rest of the rules. Please do, Jason, every sentence and every word. Always carry a torch. Jason, Master says you are to carry a torch made with coconut leaves and wax. These can be found on the company's site. I've ordered a few for you already. Light it just before entering the darkness of the tunnel, and keep it lit until you exit. You will, according to Master, see forms on the walls of the tunnel and the ceiling of the tunnel scurry deeper into the tunnel. They don't like the fire from the torch, wax mixed with the scent of coconut. Jason, you should not use any other means of light for this step, as you will see nothing in the walls or ceiling, but they will be there, Jason. And give you a gruesome end. The second you enter the tunnel, they will jump on you, Jason, and your head, Jason, your head. Always have one more trusted friend. Jason, this is also important, though not a rule. Having one other friend whom you trust with you is always good. He or she/they should be trusted, Jason. They shouldn't ditch you at the first sign of trouble. Ask Terrence to go with you, he is a good man. Stay on the train tracks. Jason, this might be the most important rule according to Master, since most of the forms there are forms of class 7, don't worry about this, Jason. I'll tell you what it means later. They cannot pass the materials on which they died or passed on. In this case, most of the things there died due to train accidents on the track itself, or they were killed with anvils to their SK, so they cannot touch or cross metal. So stay between the train tracks, Jason. They might use anything to get you to step out from between the rails. Whatever they say or show you, stay between the rails. Master says there might be 2 common types of illusions they might use. Illusion 1, the dead bodies on the tracks. Master says this is the most common illusion used, so listen up. If you see bodies, they will commonly look like they've been run over by a train, with unrecognizable and twisted bodies, on the tracks. Do not go around it, Jason, go over it. It will feel like you are walking on corpses, it will smell like you are stepping on the dead. You will leave a trail of rotting, black-red blood from there until the end of the tunnel. But Jason, it isn't real. The blood trail and everything else will vanish when you exit the tunnel's premises. I know it's disgusting, Jason, but you have to do it. Illusion 2, the train. This is another illusion they might use, Jason. You will see a train approach you with high speed. It isn't real, Jason, and you know it. The station at the end hasn't been in operation for over 35 years now. If this happens, be brave, and close your eyes, the train will pass through you. Be brave, Jason. Some things are on the walls. This will happen commonly after the illusions according to Master. You will feel there are things on the walls and that they are moving. Don't look at the walls. This isn't a rule and will not lead to physical harm. But Jason, for the love of the Lord, do not look at the walls. The walls, Jason, they are all flesh, all corpses rotted and stuck together with pus. Everyone who died, Jason, they don't go to hell. They just stay. This will happen when you are nearly out of the tunnel. You will hear something/things above you. Chattering, laughing, and sometimes even asking you to look at it. Don't do so. Don't look. Ignore it. As Master says, ignore it. It wants you to look at it. This is a yaksha, Jason. If you are so curious to know how it looks like, I'll tell you right the hell now. It is a spider-like form grasping onto the ceiling of the old tunnel. It is as wide and long as the tunnel itself. It's been watching you since you entered, Jason. It's been there way before the tunnel was even built. So whatever IT says to you, do not look up at IT. Those are all the rules you need to follow. But if by any chance your torch goes out, Jason, which is highly unlikely, that means there is another form in the tunnel with you, above even the thing on the ceiling. That means above class 10. Try to relight the torch as quickly as possible. Carry a box of matches with you at all times, Jason. This is a must-do. If it doesn't relight, sit down between the tracks and recite the words on the piece of paper I've WhatsApped you, along with the pronunciations for each and every word on it. Study the set of words until you can say it accurately within 2 minutes with your eyes closed. Then you are allowed to take your time trying to relight your torch, and after it does, leave and follow all the other rules on here. So, that's it. I sent you Master's mobile phone number, if anything goes wrong or if you need to know anything else. But Jason, please reconsider. This tunnel is where brave/arrogant men go to die. Please. I beg of you. I'll call you at around 6 o'clock, and we'll talk about this. Please, Jason, reconsider. Your cousin, Silva. Next story of this video. Posted by u/exploding_pie. Among US rules. Congratulations. You are a new hire on the spaceship the Skeld, which will be traveling across the galaxy in search of new life. You are eager to work with your new crewmates, but before your first shift, you are sent an employee manual which you are required to read, containing common operating procedures of the ship and safety protocols in case some unwanted stowaways manage to latch on. The manual contains a map of the ship on the last page in case you get lost. General operations. Completing your tasks is generally straightforward, but there are some that require special attention. 1. If you are tasked with starting the reactor, do it first or when there are multiple crewmates in the room. Starting the reactor is a long and tedious process that you do not want to mess up. The longer your attention is divided, the more vulnerable you are. This rule also applies if you are tasked with downloading and uploading data. 2. If you are tasked with repairing and maintaining wires, head to the corresponding stations and match the colored wires to the corresponding colored connections. If you are colorblind, each wire and corresponding connection will also have a shape. Failure to successfully complete this task may cause the lights to go out. Refer to safety protocols, Rule 4, in the event that this occurs. 3. If you are tasked with emptying the garbage, getting a medical scan, defending the ship from rogue asteroids, or priming the shields, try to get witnesses. As these tasks can be easily visually confirmed, having others around can clear any suspicions about you. 4. If you are tasked with aligning and refueling the engines, remember that these are two-stage tasks. 5. If any of your tasks are inside electrical, never go alone. We're not sure, but HR is pretty convinced that the place is cursed or something. 6. Do not use the phrase "sussy baka" under any circumstances. You'll be ejected immediately. 7. If anyone comes up to you selling an Among Us potion, kindly refuse and resume your tasks. Safety protocols. 1. Stowaway entities may disguise themselves as fellow crewmates to avoid detection. They are extremely hostile but rarely attack those in groups. Try to stay with a buddy at all times. Make sure they are your buddy. 2. This ship is equipped with a remote access teleport system in case of emergencies. Only crew members are able to complete tasks since they have the employee manual. Do not lose IT. 2A. If anything seems suspiciously out of the ordinary, you have the option of heading to the cafeteria and pushing the red button in the middle of the table. This will teleport all crewmates to the cafeteria where you can voice your concerns. They might not be too happy with you, especially if they were in the middle of completing one of their tasks, but a disgruntled crew member beats any alternative. 2B. Each crew member will also be issued with a remote teleporter that works in the same way as the button in the cafeteria. However, this device is only to be used in serious emergencies, such as if a dead body is found. It will not work under any other circumstances. This device is battery powered, unlike the button in the cafeteria, which is powered by the main generator. 2C. It is standard and necessary to eject any suspicious individuals from the spaceship. How you decide amongst yourselves is up to you, but we recommend a vote. You should all be safe during this period, as the entities can survive without oxygen and would rather take their chances on another ship instead. If a crewmate is ejected because of you, then you have committed a skill issue and you should expect to be voted off next. 3. At the start of your shift, you and the other crewmates will head to the cafeteria. There, you will meet and go over the tasks that need to be completed for today. Tasks will be randomized and distributed equally. It's best you do not go out of your way to disturb your fellow crewmates for the entire shift. They might not be who you think they are. 4. If the lights go out at any time during your shift, you are likely in danger. There are 2 options you can choose to maximize your chances of survival. 4A. Once the lights go out, immediately head to the room marked electrical. You can use your standard issue flashlight if you have trouble seeing where you are going, but this means that anything lurking in the dark will have an easy time finding you. Open the circuit breaker and flip all switches to the on position. This will turn the generator back on and everything should be back to normal. Remember Rule 1. 4B. Once the lights go out, immediately head to the room marked communications and hide until the lights are turned back on. If they do not come back on for a while, your last hope is to find a body and use your remote teleport device, but it may already be too late. 5. This ship is equipped with a surveillance system. Cameras are placed in key locations around the ship to check for abnormalities. These cameras can be accessed in the security room and are a great way to pass the time if you have completed your tasks for the day. If you are checking the cameras and you see static on one or several monitors, exit the room and reset the system in the communications room. You have 5 minutes to do so, after which the monitors will return to normal. 5A. If all monitors show static, immediately look away and calmly exit the room. Do not enter the room again for the remainder of your shift. It is not safe there anymore. This will also occur if you do not reset the cameras in time. 6. Keep your distance from the ventilation system. Our cameras don't have coverage. You don't know what may be lurking inside. This also gives you more time to run. 7. If the reactor goes into meltdown, 2 people are needed to stabilize it. Refer to Rule 1. 8. If the cabin starts to depressurize, you must reset the oxygen pump system. Reset keypads are located in Administration and O2. The reset codes are written on sticky notes next to the keypad for convenience, but you should always verify them with the code in the employee manual. You don't want to waste your valuable time by inputting the wrong code. Good luck on your first shift.